Hi, I'm Evan Pantazi. I wanted to talk a little bit more about kata and traditional martial arts. And kata, by kata, I mean also the forms of kung fu and different styles, not just the Okinawan Japanese karate styles. Um, I'm not so much of a historian. I find that history is clouded, much like today, okay? It's a little clouded and obscure. And will we ever know the real truth? It's going to be almost impossible to find out because documentation wasn't done way back then, or as well as it is today. So for me, the history, yes, it's fascinating. I love it. I respect the people that do the research into the history to try and uncover these little facets. And every once in a while, someone comes up with a gem that uncovers something that uncovers more. But for me, I like to try to find the most original form that fits right with my body style, my body actions, and I try to actualize it. Okay, so instead of being a historian, I'd rather be an actualizer. Okay, and that's going into the kata and see what I can actually do with it, what the overall message is that this kata is trying to depict. Like you have some forms that are definitely of white crane style. You have other forms that are more strength oriented and restrained in their movements as opposed to shooting outward like a crane would shoot its wings, its beaks, its talon. All right, and more like a tiger pulling in, contracting, and pulling down its prey. I like to go for those two types of ideas, and there's a third one as well. However, when I'm doing the kata, I want to find out what the flavor of that kata is, what aspects that it could be actualizing. All right, as in the Seiyuchin, for example. This is a kata that nobody really knows where it came from. There are speculations. I've just heard from a person that is very good into history that it's emanated from Sing Yi, or that's what he supposes or speculates on, which is fascinating because Sing Yi was like an animal style type of an idea. They had the mind intent, and what they would do is they would go and they would find or practice how the animals fought and then mimic them. All right, and that was fascinating. That was all well and good, but to find the inner aspect of the kata and then put it to work. Now there's the key. All right, you can figure out anything you want out of a kata, suppose whatever you want out of a kata, speculate whatever you want out of a kata, but can you do anything with it? All right, and does that have a synergistic whole for the kata? If you can do one thing in the kata and then something that's completely the opposite in the kata, well, that's not the feeling, that's not the inner core of that kata itself or that form itself. All right, so you have to try to stick within the parameter that's the kata dictates. All right, and when you do that and actualize not only some technique, some targets, some tools, some ways of thinking about combat, that's where the real beauty lies for me personally. Again, not too much of a historian. I know a little bit. I don't really research as much as I should probably as a martial arts professional, but again, I'm more geared toward the actualization. And from that, with the Kyusho linked to that, it's easier to get to that aspect, get to the actualization of a kata, get to the original essence of a kata, rather than just the physical outward movements. Again, if we don't look at the inside compared to the outside and go back and forth like the yin and the yang and transpose in between the both, then we only have a partial idea of what that kata's possibilities are. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do this. This is my own personal thing that I need to do for myself. But a kata is whatever you want to make it. Your martial art is whatever you want to make it. I'm just here stating what I'm making mine, and hopefully showing to some people that are searching for a different way to find another way for themselves, to have this be a key for them to unlock their own forms, their own katas, their own methodology of doing their particular martial arts style. So I hope this helps in some way, and I look forward to seeing hopefully some of you at a seminar coming up in this year. Heading out now on a lot of tours, so I might be sporadic in my YouTube presentations, and I'm also decided to go in a different venue with that, and I'll mention that on another tape. So thanks for watching.